Welcome to this game now between Livingston and Aberdeen. From the games that would have been played tomorrow, we're going to see this game now heating up right at the top of the table between these teams battling out for the European spots. Livingston currently, according to our table, are in fifth place just now, and I think that's where they left the table currently. But with Aberdeen having lost against Motherwell in our previous game and Livingston having taken a victory, there's now 3 points, I believe, between these teams just now. So let's have a look how the teams line up. So we've got McCrory in goal for Livingston. Taylor Sinclair, Guthrie, Ambrose, McMillan making up the back line. Suda, Sibbald, Bartley and Lawless in midfield. And Pittman and Dykes playing up front, with Pittman just behind Dykes in a sort of 4-4-1-1 situation. For Aberdeen, they've got Cosgrove, so same formation with Cosgrove and McGinn making up that forward line. Kennedy, Ojo, Ferguson and McLennan playing in midfield. Considine, McKenna, Taylor and Logan in defence, and Joe Lewis. So there are a few changes, I think, for both teams here. According to that, let's see how things go in the game, though. This is a must-win, really, for both teams who are hoping for that European football. Here at Livingston's home park, it's not a bad representation of the Tony Macaroni Arena, but let's see how the game goes. Livingston buoyed up after that 1-0 victory over Hearts, and Aberdeen will be looking to fight back after a 2-0 loss to their rivals Motherwell. And it's Livingston to kick off. On a bright sunny day, Pittman, he plays it across to Sibbald. Sibbald's pass is terrible and it's cut out nicely. Ferguson to McLennan. McLennan finds Logan on the overlap. He's got very little in the way of options, but then McLennan runs inside. McLennan now has options. Gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson, he plays it across to McGinn. It's well blocked though. Although then it's kind of pinged around a little bit and in the end fired out for a throw-in. So 2 balls on the pitch now. So Aberdeen with this throw-in. It's McGinn back to Kennedy. Kennedy now a chance for a cross. And it's McCrory with the punch out and eventually worked out by Livingston, so they now have it. Suda plays it to Pittman. Sibbald to Bartley. Bartley finds Pittman. Pittman plays a nice ball up to Taylor Sinclair. It's maybe a little bit too much on it though. So Logan will take this throw in. He plays it up to McLennan to Ferguson. And back to McLennan. McLennan now has got a bit of space to run into. He's being tracked by Taylor Sinclair, but he's able to cut inside to Ferguson. Ferguson finds Cosgrove, who's dispossessed, and so Livingston have it now, but it's well tracked by Ojo. Second time today, and Cosgrove again trying to turn, but he's well defended, and Pittman now has the ball. He's got so much space, and look at the room that's opened up for Lawless now in this right wing. Lawless puts it back in. Pittman now works into the box, and he takes a shot off, and Lewis does well to get down to it. But my oh my, he found himself with a decent opportunity there, and he's hit it well in at that near post. But keeper of Lewis's ability, that's not going to be a problem. So let's see how this goes now. This corner, 11 minutes on the clock. Sibbald with the corner now. It's a decent one. Plays it out to Ambrose. Ambrose chests it, and Suda gets the ball back to Ambrose. Ambrose plays a nice ball out to Suda. Suda finds Sibbald in. Lovely little pass, and it's a 1-2, but unable to get it under control, and Considine gets the ball back. Now Cosgrove finds Kennedy. Good ball in. McGinn able to get it down. Oh, but then he needlessly passes it there. It's almost through on goal. Ambrose's pass is not a good one, and McGinn now has another shot at it. He's got Cosgrove trying to work his way into the box, but he could just pass it back. But instead goes for the shot. This time though, Kennedy, he's got a shot, and again it's blocked. And Livingston, well, they're putting bodies on the line, and it's definitely something that they're good at, but maybe they wouldn't need to if they would stop knocking the ball back to Aberdeen when trying to get it clear. McGinn to Logan, back to McGinn. McGinn finds McLennan now. McLennan puts the ball in, but this time it's won in midfield by Bartley. Sibbald tries to put it through, but McGinn, and they're just not getting the ball clear. McGinn now finds McLennan. McLennan's got a little bit of space on the edge of the box here, and he manages to get it inside, and it's an excellent shot, but it's the post. And how has he missed that? Well, Matty Kennedy will be furious with himself here. He's a mile offside anyway, but McGinn has hit that so well. It's come back off the post, and he's spared the blushes really there in the fact that the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. Sorry, that it was offside because the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. And it really should have. McLennan, Ojo, Considine, back into Ojo. And Kennedy back to Ojo. It's a fairly poor ball. And Suda is able to bring it on. Suda finds Pittman in midfield. Pittman puts it on forward, but it's well worked out by Ferguson to McGinn. McGinn back heels to Ojo and back to McGinn now. McLennan. Ferguson to McGinn. Cosgrove plays a decent ball in, but the cross is blocked and booted out. And so Aberdeen, they're definitely applying the pressure, definitely look the most like scoring, but just struggling to turn that possession into chances, really. Decent ball in. Cosgrove, unmarked, he really should have scored. But my goodness, that header, it just glanced off his head. But it's a free header. He's got between the two centre-backs. And in the end, it just wasn't on target because he had the beating of McCrory there. Half an hour on the clock, more or less, and scores are level here, 0-0. But Aberdeen, it's been their show so far. Livingston struggling really to get it up the field. And again, dispossesses in midfield. He's having a blinding game, dropping deep. Finds McLennan now. He's got options. Finds McGinn again. And back to McLennan. Cosgrove now. McLennan. Oh, but he's dispossessed. Well played. And ball now out to Dykes. Dykes tries the long ball up. Doesn't find his man. Taylor Sinclair. And a little bit of frantic passing really here. Oh, that's a decent ball in. And all but the shot there was phenomenal bit of work from Livingston. Just keeping hold of possession, and he's kind of hit that first time. Got between his men, and didn't look like that cross was going to be anything. But Dykes, in the end, got the shot off, but it's squared wide. So Ambrose to Bartley. Bartley and Sibbald passing between themselves just now. Some good runs. Suda, it's well cleared. However, only as far as Bartley, so Sibbald. Suda finds Taylor Sinclair. He's got some room. It's a decent cross, but Joe Lewis does well and dives out and catches that because at the back post, Dykes was lurking more or less unmarked. Ojo to Considine. Considine's got some options now. Ojo in midfield, plays it forward to Cosgrove. Putting a bit of a lone figure just out there at the moment. And ball in, picked up by Ambrose to Bartley. McMillan. Lawless, oh, but that's not controlled, and Kennedy's able to pick up on that. Plays it into Ojo and Cosgrove now. McMillan. Sorry, Kennedy. Up against McMillan. McMillan takes it off in Bartley. Little 1-2, and this time McMillan is all the space in the world. Look at this, and he's got Kennedy in pursuit, but he's going to get the cross off. Oh, and he's glanced, but that is going to be a goal. Livingston are surprisingly in the lead. late in this first half, and it is Pittman who pounces on the rebound there. Well, it was a well-worked goal, but the amount of space that Macmillan found himself in on this far side, the cross came in. It was a decent save from Lewis, but nobody picked up the ball, and Pittman jumped on it and did really well to place it past Lewis, who was doing well in getting back across. But Aberdeen really need to sort that out, because it's the second game where they've given away relatively soft goals from crosses, and it looks like Livingston are going to be in the lead as we go in for the half-time break. Ojo. And it has to be said, after being the better side of this first half, Kennedy plays it into Cosgrove. Cosgrove's got McGinn making the run, but he hasn't given him an option back, and oof. Well, Ambrose nearly caught out there. I'm not sure who that came off. That was Bartley, beg your pardon. It came off him, with Cosgrove bringing it in the rear. It was dodgy moment there at the end of the half from Livingston, but Aberdeen again unable to capitalise on the pressure that they've been able to put under Livingston. And even with some scary defenders, it's scary defence. It's been Livingston who go into the break 1-0 up due to this man, Pittman. Handful for defenders indeed. 45 minutes on the clock, and he put the home side ahead. So let's have a look at some of the highlights from this first half then. 11 minutes in, and this was his first opportunity. He found some space on the edge of the box, but Joe Lewis managed to get his hand to it, turn it around the post. But after that, it was kind of one-way traffic. Beg your pardon, apart from this, Dykes had this opportunity. And this is the thing, really. We're seeing highlights from Livingston because they had the more dangerous opportunities, but Aberdeen had the lion's share of the possession, and particularly in the Livingston half. So 3 highlights in the end. And this is the goal here. Pittman fired that in. It was a lovely finish in the end. But again, the defence had just kind of gone to sleep. And this, Bartley's got himself in a bit of a state, but fortunately went wide from his point of view. So here's the stats: 6-3 on shots, 3 on target each, 56% possession. So it's definitely been in favour of Aberdeen. Everything but the score, really. Kick off the second half then. Aberdeen to kick off from left to right. And it's again now with the ball. Just lacking that forward momentum, really. Aberdeen, they've got a lot of the ball. They don't really ever seem like they're going to score, though, at the moment. Bartley now plays out to Macmillan. Macmillan, a lovely chipped ball. Lawless can run onto it, and back to Macmillan, to Bartley. Bartley finds Lawless. Lawless almost took it past Considine, but Considine does well to recover. So McKenna now. He plays it out to Kennedy. Kennedy to Ojo. Good ball. Cosgrove. Kennedy to Cosgrove. Cosgrove's got McGinn on the overlap. And Cosgrove plays it out, and the ball is crossed in to the far post. It was a decent chance, but in the end, the header was tame, and it was straight at McCrory, who'd followed the ball the whole way. But that's better from Aberdeen there, at least making a save from the keeper. But Ferguson. Tries to reset. Ojo to Ferguson. Back to Logan. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson. Opportunity to cross, but it's well worked clear. And now a chance for Aberdeen on the break. Sorry, for Livingston on the break. Dykes plays it out to Suda. Suda has no real option, so he keeps running into the wall at the back there. So this is the first substitute now. It's Hedges on for McLennan. Livingston throwing, takes it back to their own half and back in again. Sibold, Suda. Taylor Sinclair tries to cross it, gets blocked, but he's still got the ball. And still battling hard, Livingston. Dykes now gets it in. It's a decent shot, but it's well blocked. Cosgrove now manages to keep hold of the ball. Hedges to Ferguson, back to Hedges. Logan now on the overlap. Plays it infield to Cosgrove. Cosgrove finds McGinn. McGinn runs up against a brick wall and it's well taken off him there. So Bartley. Pittman back to Bartley. They do look dangerous coming forward. It's just that momentum that Livingston gather. Say that though. It's not a good ball forward and Considine easily deals with it. Ooh. Tries to play the ball down the line rather than coming field and it's blocked, so it goes out for a throw in. Aberdeen have the throw. Hour and a half. Ojo coming off just now for somebody else. Let's see who that is. Oh, it's McGeoch. Cosgrove. Oh, Cosgrove as well. He's called the bluff there. And McGinn has the ball now. Chance now on the overlap, but he's played it right into the feet, and in the end, Ambrose is able to deal with that. Guthrie to McMillan. Oh, that's a good ball. Lawless in pursuit, and he's going to beat his man. Considine haven't got the legs of Lawless, but the cross is blocked by Considine. He was close enough to get the block in. So Livingston substitution now. And it's Jacobs on for Sibold. Livingston with the throw now. Oh, that's well done from Pittman. He's managed to get it in. Well blocked from McKenna. Go for handball, but none given. And again, it's Aberdeen throwing. Considine trying to play it down the line, and it gets blocked. Kennedy. McGeoch. Cosgrove. He's got the run from Kennedy. Plays it somewhat behind him, but now Kennedy plays a decent ball in. Cosgrove gets the cross in, but it's not a good one, and it's gone straight behind. So yeah, definitely it's been defended out of the game really this today. Cosgrove is a very dangerous forward when you get him into the positions, but Livingston have been doing well at marshalling him out of those positions, so he's having to play a little deeper. And so far, as we've said, despite the lion's share of the possession and the forward momentum, they've just not been able to penetrate that Livingston defence. But here's Cosgrove. He has a little chance now, but he's well blocked, and now Dykes has the ball, plays it back to Pittman, but it's well taken off him. And Hedges now finds McGeoch to Logan. Logan, well, he's trying to find the run there, but nobody's really showing in a forward way for Aberdeen. Pittman given time to get that ball down, and now he's got Lawless out on the outside of him. Lawless, no way past Considine. 79 minutes on the clock then. Bartley, captain, coming off to be replaced by that chap, whoever that might be, Lawson. And he's straight into the game. Look at this room he's got. Dykes able to turn, but it's a blocked shot. And so Logan to McKenna. And plays a high, long ball up. Ball goes on to Taylor Sinclair. Taylor Sinclair to Pittman. Pittman, he's blocked off though, and McGinn now to Hedges to Logan. Hedges back to McGeoch. McGeoch to McGinn. Risky little ball, but paid off in the end. Cosgrove plays it on. Cosgrove to McGinn. McGinn a bit hesitant in going forward, and it's maybe been a bit of a problem for them. Dykes Plays it behind Suda. Suda to Dykes. Dykes to Pittman. Back to Dykes. And he's done well to keep hold of the ball there. He's getting it back now. Oh, that's a good shot, but it's straight down the throat of Lewis in the end, and he's able to pick it up. One in the air by Ambrose, but only as far as Ferguson. Ferguson to Kennedy. So only 2 minutes in the second half. It's been fairly quiet. No real events. Cosgrove. Cosgrove to McGeoch. McGeoch lifts it up, and McGinn finds Hedges, and he has put it in the net, but he was offside. Yeah, he's carried on his run. It's a good pass, but he's a mile offside. So there'll be no rush in this. Probably the last kick of the game from McCrory. He'll just boot that upfield. And that is it. So Livingston, 2 games in a row, they've won 1-0. But what a big game this is for them to beat Aberdeen up the table. So that puts them level, I believe, on points with Aberdeen. And a chance to go into 4th. And in the end, it was just good defending, a lack of cutting edge from Aberdeen, and this man's goal on the rebound that separated the 2 teams. But yeah, a little bit of a surprise, but Livingston won, Aberdeen 0.